Hello everybody. So today I'm going to be talking about my very first kiss. Now, this is something that I don't really talk about because it's not something that I like to remember, but because it was my first kiss, it's kind of embedded in my memory forever, no matter how much I try to forget this. Now, in person, I would normally say that my first kiss was with my first boyfriend that I had in high school, my junior year. But my actual technical first kiss actually happened the year before my sophomore, or not the year before, my sophomore year, my actual sophomore year. But the reason why I don't like counting this as my first kiss is because I didn't want it. It just kind of came out of nowhere, but I thought it would be a fun story to share with you guys because it's just kind of random and funny, and I feel like all of us have these weird, awkward moments. So what happened was a group of us, my friend, the only other girl who was there was one of my friends, and then we were just with a group of guys. And we all went to see a movie, and I remember the movie was Cursed. Oh my gosh, that was probably the worst movie I have ever seen. I had the hardest time just paying attention to the movie. I really just wanted to fall asleep. And I remember one of the guys actually got up out of his seat and left the movie theater because it was so awful. But I was sitting next to one of the guys, and so it was a guy and then me and then my friend, and then she was sitting next to another guy, and then the rest of the guys were sitting next to him. So I look over, and all of a sudden I see them kissing, which was kind of strange and awkward, so I tried to avoid looking over in that direction. And then so I was watching the movie, and about maybe 15 or 20 minutes later, there's a face in front of me, and all of a sudden I have lips on my lips, and there was just no warning for it at all, and I didn't have any kind of interest in this guy whatsoever. And I was actually kind of upset that he stole my first kiss from me. I don't know if he knew that it was my first kiss. He probably didn't, but he totally stole my first kiss moment from me, and I was just so devastated. I was so grossed out, and it wasn't because he wasn't attractive or anything. He was actually really cute, but I just didn't have an interest in him like that, and I had always wanted to save my first kiss for someone that I really, really liked, and I was just so devastated that he stole it from me. But to this day, I still like to say that my real first kiss happened with my boyfriend in high school, my junior year, but my technical first kiss happened sophomore year. But it was just an awful experience. It was so gross. It was just like dry, flaky lips on my lips, and it was just so awkward afterwards because neither of us knew what to say. I obviously did not enjoy it, and I think he felt awful. So for the rest of the night after the movie, I was just kind of trying to comfort him and tell him that it was okay and he didn't have to be embarrassed about it, and we still ended up being friends. And he actually was really good friends, or not super great friends, not like best friends or anything, but he played baseball with my boyfriend in high school, who was not my boyfriend at the time, but they ended up playing baseball together. And yeah, so that was kind of interesting, but I feel like this video is going to spark a whole like dating series for me. Not that I've been out on a ton of dates by any means, but I do have some pretty funny stories from the few dates I have been on and the few experiences I have been through. I'm definitely not a serial dater by any means whatsoever. I'm very much a homebody and a hermit. So I don't have too much dating experience, but the experience I do have, they can definitely be turned into some pretty funny stories. So I feel like this is going to spark like a domino effect for me. So I will probably have some interesting stories for you guys. Like, I was thinking I have a couple stories about being rejected, which are pretty funny, and then I guess I could tell you about how I got my first boyfriend, because that's kind of a funny story too. So yeah, let me know if you would be interested in knowing that stuff. I know I like hearing those kind of stories. Nothing deeply personal or anything like that, just fun little frivolous stories that at the time you think are such a big deal, and then you get older and you look back on them and you're just thinking, oh my gosh, I was so young. And it's just nice to look back on those moments, because at the time you think they're such a big deal, and then when you get older you're able to put them into perspective and they're just funny. So yeah, that is my first kiss story. I guess it wasn't too exciting, but yeah. My advice to all of you, because I do get a lot of messages about this, I do get a lot of messages about not only beauty stuff, but relationship questions as well. And a lot of people, I think nowadays, are just in such a rush to get their first kiss, to get their first boyfriend. But my advice is to just wait for somebody that you really like. There's no rush. Just because all of your friends have boyfriends doesn't mean you need a boyfriend. I was the last person out of all of my friends to get a boyfriend. I was the last one to get kissed. Even my technical first kiss, I was the last person to be kissed out of all of my friends. So there really is no rush. I think that you should really just wait for somebody that you really like, because it's just going to make the experience that much more enjoyable and more memorable. But at the same time, it is funny for me to look back on my first technical kiss, even though I still have a little bit of resentment towards that guy for stealing my first kiss from me. But yeah. So that is the end of this vlog. I feel like it was really rambly, but yeah, let me know if you would be interested in knowing some of my funny dating stories. So yeah, I will see you all later, and I hope you all are having a great day. Bye. Oh, and one more thing. If you have a first kiss story, feel free to post a video response or leave your first kiss experience down below in the comments, because I would love to hear your awkward experiences as well, just so I feel like I'm not the only one. Okay, so this is the real goodbye. Bye!